This is what I missed last time. After the credits, suddenly this showed up. Which is the divergence meter we all know, obviously. But it's showing a worldline number that is unknown to me. I don't even know what that means. Anyway, welcome back to Steins Gate 0. Last time we got an ending a lot earlier than expected. I got a bit of a mixed feeling about it. Because I liked where it was going. I said before how hopeless it all felt. And it was truly a gut punch. That's, on the other hand, I hoped for some kind of fight, uprising, rebellion, something. Even though with the time machine being destroyed, I knew it was hopeless, so in hindsight it made sense to end there. It's just, I did not expect an ending 19 hours into the game, especially when you just compare it to Steins Gate, where I got my first ending around 40 hours or so into the game, which is a lot longer. Anyway, it's always kind of difficult for me to get back into the game after I got one ending, because the first playthrough is obviously the most complete one, because subsequent playthroughs are always going to have repeated dialogue cut out. So what I'm going to do now is, after this talk here, we know, because we talked to Kurisu all this time, we know that way Leshkinen and Stratfor put all the information on us. So what I want to do is deny them their information. Remember when we met Kurisu and we went outside, I believe it's part 5, and she called us and we answered. I'm going to ignore that call and see where that goes. I noticed as well that at certain points in the game just automatically quick saves, so I assume those are also divergence points. But I'm just going to start from the beginning to see if anything's different. I'm not expecting things to be different. I just expect things to branch off from certain points, depending on what you do. So I'll probably just fast forward to that crucible I was talking about. And if before that nothing else is different, then we'll just start our story from there. I think this is the first time that we can actually make a choice. Call was from Kurisu. And last time, this is just after the conversation we had when we talked about why Okabe called her Christina. And then we just hung up in the middle of the conversation. See? It's just an AI. And then the first time playing through this, we picked up, so now I'm just going to turn off the phone. Chris's anger was just a program. Chris wasn't Kurisu. Don't treat them like they're the same. I shouldn't talk to Kurisu anymore. Just the incoming call was almost enough to trigger a flashback. In my mind, I could see an image of Kurisu's bloody face. I should turn off my phone. The phone went silent. I slowly stood up. If Lukaku saw me like this, he would worry. I should get out of here. I was staggering a little, but I could walk. I felt very thirsty. I gulped down an entire bottle of mineral water and caught my breath. There was still a little time before my meeting. I wanted to get some air up here and recover a little. I looked down over the scenery below the overpass. The city was in the Christmas spirit. The atmosphere was charged with excitement. So this meeting he's talking about is the meeting with Maho and Leshkinen. But this time we did not talk things out with Grease, so I'm really wondering what's going to be different. It was the exact opposite of me. I took more deep breaths. I still felt like I wanted to throw up. I was getting a headache too. If I went to Leshkinen like this, I'm sure I would worry him. And then I realized that the two girls coming up the stairs were looking at me. I peered into the late afternoon darkness to try and make out their faces. One of them, the girl with the short haircut, waved.
Konnichiwa. Oh, Mayuri no tomodachi no.
They were Mayuri's friends and fellow cosplayers. I think the cosplay names were Kaide and Fubuki. I didn't know the real names. Which one was Kaide and which one was Fubuki again?
大丈夫ですか? 具合悪そうですけど。
ああ、大丈夫。
If I made them worry here, and they talked to Mayuri, it would cause a big fuss. I didn't want her to worry about me when she didn't have to. I shouldn't have come back to Akihabara anyway. I'd run into people I knew just by walking through town. I should have gone towards Kanda when I left the shrine.
オカリンさんっていつもなんだか辛そうに見えます。
そうか。
そうだよ。ふぶきちゃん。そんなオカリンさんを見てるマユシーも辛そうで。私もオカリンさんとマユシーのこと見てると泣きそうになって。って私何言ってんだろう。
This Fubuki girl must really care about Mayuri. I felt a little better after hearing that.
オカリンさんの好きな人って誰ですか?
Huh? I legit forgot that this question was going to happen. Or is it different because we've turned down a phone call now? That can't be. The girl I like? An image of Kurisu appeared in the corner of my eye again. The feeling in my hands when I took her life came back. No, calm down.
オカリンさん。ごめんなさい。失礼なこと聞いちゃって。私。
What? 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 I can't even. I need a moment. I don't know if I said this before, but normally when I'm replaying visual novels, I get a different route, no matter what visual novel it is. It always feels different, because you're just jumping in the point instead of beginning from the very beginning. And normally you would, like in my root double playthrough, you would just skip through the dialogue that you've seen before and just only show the dialogue that is different or new. I kinda expected the same thing with Steins. I expected the same thing that I did with Steins, with the previous game, where I had to skip lots of repeating dialogue and just show the new parts. But this, I knew it was a different dialogue. The jumping world lines? I just have no words. I believe I've been sitting here for 3 minutes. And I just can't make any sense of this. It's just... Thank you, neighbor, for slamming the door. Okabe clearly got a PTSD or panic attack, which makes perfect sense because he's traumatized. But how would that cause a worldline shift? What's that timing? Let's just move on. The sky was red-black, dotted with columns of thick black smoke. Also, I did not catch the exact worldline number, but I think it's closer to the original beta worldline that Susa warned about. Oh, I think this is closer to the Russian victory, World War 3, the way it's going to happen as told in Steins. There was so much rubble I couldn't find a place to stand. Screams, gunshots, and the stench. Everyone in this world knew what that smell was. It was the smell of burning. Houses, buildings, cars, motorcycles, trees, grass, and humans. Oh. It was the smell of all of them burning together. Something thin and black poked from between piles of rubble. It was a hand unmoving, stretched up towards the sky. No, that wasn't the only one. Everywhere I looked I saw hands, legs and heads. Parts of what were once human beings were thrown across the ground. I heard a distant gunshot. A shout. Silence. Nothing changed. Just one more body lying on the ground. The world was ending. And at last, people understood. This wasn't the afterlife. This was the real world. Hell. Yes, that's what this was. This was hell. And we're back. And I love how people in the comments have been saying that they have so many questions. And with each part, we got more and more questions. And after last time's ending, I at least got somewhat a bit of a theory strung about. I thought finally I could make a bit sense of the plot. But now this happened. The world twisted and warped. I felt horribly dizzy. Sometimes my vision would blur for no reason. But this was nothing like that. And the part that I'm laughing is because it's just sheer surprise. Because that worldline shift is the last that I expected. This is just insane. I'm really enjoying this game. It was like my mind itself was being rung apart. Like the world itself was changing. Deja vu. I knew this feeling. This was... At last the color came back to my vision. All the shouts of the pedestrians and the noise of the passing cars came flooding in at once.
オカリンさん、大丈夫ですか？汗すごいですけど、気分でも悪いんですか？
あ、いや。
Kabuki and Kaede, the two of them were still in front of me. They looked worried. And I just got dizzy for a moment.
本当に大丈夫だよ。心配してくれてありがとう。
それじゃあ私たち行きますね。今度のパーティー楽しみにしてます。
Yeah, speaking of that Christmas party, this time the worldline changed much earlier than last time. I wonder. I don't even know what to say. I thought I had a train of thought, but I lost it. It's just in my head that I keep trying to make sense of it all. But yeah, the kind of impression I'm getting now is... In the previous game in Steins, the structure of the game was basically quite linear. It was extremely linear, and it's not a bad thing, absolutely not. But it was linear up to chapter 5, and then we either had the choice to send a email or not, and if we didn't, we would got the specific character's ending, and if we did, then we would move forward to the next chapter. But at this point in this game, it just feels like it's not linear at all. It's just a starting point and we can go in every direction, which makes everything very unpredictable. They said their goodbyes and walked towards the station. I watched them go, only halfway paying attention. What was that? None of the passers-by noticed me standing there. They were experiencing times sequentially, as one connected moment after another. But I knew what I just saw. That's right. I was the one person who understood. That feeling was reading Steiner, which meant the worldline had changed. I shook my head and tried to get the idea out of my mind. It was impossible. The worldline could have only changed if someone had altered the past. And here we get the email tab. Awesome! I haven't read tips in a while. But that's because I haven't really seen tips that were really worth reading. I'd only ever seen worldwide changes after I sent emails with the phone wave. Let's, for all time's sake. Email, short for DeLorean mail, a text message that was capable of traveling to the past. Emails are sent from a cellular phone to the phone wave, name subject to change. However, they can be sent too close to the present. Also, they may only contain a little over 36 bytes of data. But I destroyed the phone wave, so that could never happen again. Which is evidence that we are not the ones doing this. I sacrificed Chrissy for it. But then, who did this? And how? I think it's a positive thing that we experienced this so early on in the game. Mind you, when I just jumped in this part, I jumped in at part 12, or the equivalent of last playthrough was part 12. But compared to part 100, there was change in the previous one. Let's see. Part 20, so 8 parts later. And it was Christmas Eve. Now it's the 15th. So we have around 9 or 10 days more time to figure stuff out. Maybe. What if someone had made a device identical to the phone wave? Mayuri? I need to see if Mayuri is safe. And that's the phone trigger. So, Steins was known, the previous game was known for either choosing Mayuri or Kurisu. So, is this a similar thing? We basically shut down our phone, so we rejected Amadeus. So is this Mayuri's focus? I picked the name of the contact list on my phone and dialed. I could hear the call sound in my ear, but there was no sign of her picking up. 7 seconds. 8. 9. Each second made the fear worse, and I felt cold sweat drip down my back. 12 seconds, 13 seconds, 14 seconds. I kept calling and praying anyway. Eventually, after a minute of ringing, the electronic sound suddenly cut off. Please tell me it's you and not your voicemail somehow.
マユリマユリか本当にマユリなんだな
おかりどうしたのそんなに慌てて。
Oh, thank God. The relaxed, easygoing voice I heard most definitely belonged to Mayuri.
心配したぞずっと鳴らしているのに出なかったから
ああ、ごめんね。電話カバンの中に入れてたから。
It's okay. This flash of jellified Mayuri was interesting. It's not a spoiler since it was one of her possible fates in the previous game, so don't know possibly. But That makes me think. Last playthrough, it was focused on Leskinen, Amadeus, and Stratfor. But we don't even know if CERN is even active in this world line. Not at all. Nothing had happened at all.
もしかして何か急な用事だった？
いや、気にしなくていい。少し不安になっただけだ。
Well, that was just one panic attack. I completely sympathize.
不安？
今どこだ？誰かと一緒か？
これからバイトだよ。
何時まで？
8時過ぎぐらいまで。
そうか。わかった。
おかりん、遊びに来てくれるの？
いや、今日は用事があってな。無理なんだ。
バイトが終わったらラボにも顔を出すつもりだよ。
わかった。もし行けるようだったら、そこで合流して一緒に帰ろう。
ほんと？今日は珍しいね。
じゃあバイト頑張れよ。
I hung up. Marie was safe, which meant that the world line change probably had nothing to do with her. Not that I could let my guard down. I think we should discuss this with Suzaha as soon as possible. Or maybe it was just a daydream and there was no world line change at all. Oh, Kobe, please. That just brings me back. About what he thought when CERN first attacked in Steins Gate. He went, oh, it's just a dream, and then it happened again. It seemed awfully realistic for that to be the case, though. Just to be safe, I turned on my phone again. The icon was still there in the same place it had been the last several times I'd used it. I felt a little hesitation, especially after what's happened. Could I really contact her after that? I'm feeling hesitant too. Because if this is Amadeus that caused that world line change... Remember, it would not be the first time. In the last playthrough when they were in warlike Japan, Okabe got handed a mobile phone with Amadeus on it, and the moment he accepted, then he shifted back. And now, at the moment he turned off his phone, it happened again. But I decided that it was important to see what was going on first, so I tapped the icon.
何？言い忘れたことでもあった？
I guess we have no choice this time. Bruce's voice was the same as ever.
怒ってないのか？
怒る？どうして？
だってさっき話している途中で切ってしまっただろ。だから
それについてはさっき謝ってもらったから。私は一度許したことをいつまでもぐちぐち言う人間じゃない。
さっき謝った？
No, we didn't.
ええ、書き直してきたじゃない。
No. What? No.
かけ直した？俺が？
ほんの7分43秒前のことを忘れちゃったの？
俺が謝ったのか？お前に。
We didn't. We turned off our phone. So then we jumped back to a world line where we did apologize.
大丈夫？
Crystal was evidently telling the truth. She didn't look like she was lying, at least.
何かあったの？さっきとは別人みたいな顔してるけど。
いや、平気だ。
I didn't remember that. I remember turning off the phone, but I didn't remember anything about calling her. The Amadeus cruise back after that. The old me would have insisted that I was right and she was mistaken. But now, I wasn't sure. After all the different pasts I had experienced, and all the sadness and pain I'd gone through, even 6 months later, I was still exhausted. What had really happened, and what hadn't? What was right, and what was wrong? I wasn't sure anymore. I just didn't want to think about it anymore. The past, the future, fate of the world. I wanted nothing to do with any of it.
ずいぶん具合が悪そう。誰か知り合いに連絡するなり、どこかで休むなりした方がいいんじゃない？
Let's just talk to Suzaha. I think that's the best course of action.
岡部？
なあ、クリス。一つ聞いてもいいか？さっき電話した後、俺が何をしようとしていたかわかるか？
レスキネン教授と真帆先輩とこの後待ち合わせでしょ？私について報告する予定じゃない。
Evidently my memories matched hers in that regard.
そうか。
真帆先輩にあんたのことをあらかじめ伝えておきましょうか？
Let's not.
本当に大丈夫だ。心配かけてすまない。
あんまり無理しないでよ。あんたと最後に話したのが私でしたなんて結果になるのはごめんだからね。
Well, I chuckled bitterly and ended the conversation. Oh god. I just took a breath. I gulped at the same time. I'm sorry. I called Daru too, just in case, and evidently I really was on my way to see the professor and Mao. He also told me that almost all of the events of the last few days matched my memory of them. Which meant that even if the world line had changed, nothing had changed nearby, where I could have seen it. There was no problem, or at least, there shouldn't have been a problem. It was possible that the moment of dizziness was just the result of mental illness. Experiencing those same sensations brought up my past trauma and caused my memories to get confused. Maybe that was it. The phone wave didn't exist, so there was no way the past could have changed. That's right. It was all... oh no. We all know that's not all. I kept telling myself this as I went to see the professor.